Welcome into another video in my series where we're going through and testing all the weapons inside of Black Ops 6 to see how viable these weapons are for us to be using inside of the Zombies game mode. So if you're new around here and you like everything Call of Duty Zombies, boy, you in the right spot. Make sure you are subscribed, turn on those bell notifications so you're not going to miss out any future uploads from myself on Black Ops 6. As well, down below in the description, you can find the link for my streams. I stream on Mondays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I stream on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. Stream everything from Black Ops 6 Zombies all the way through to custom zombie maps and have a blast over there. Hope to see you guys pop into streams. Now, in today's video, quickly, before we dive into anything review related, Citadel Des Morts drops on the 5th, and I'm so excited for this. Treyarch has released a whole blog post covering that, which I'm working on a video to cover, but it looks amazing. Oh my god, I can't wait to dive into that. Now, in today's review video, we're going through, in my opinion, what I feel is probably the best LMG to be using inside of Black Ops 6 Zombies. Let me know your thoughts below on that down below in the comments. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the LMG, the XMG. We're going to be taking it to max damage output inside of Black Ops 6 Zombies. We're going to run it through the Liberty Falls Easter egg to see just how viable this weapon is for you to be using. So during today's video, you should have a really good feel how this LMG performs inside of Black Ops 6 Zombies. And at the end of the video, after I complete the Easter egg, you should be able to make up your mind on whether or not this is going to be a viable option for you to be running inside of your Black Ops 6 Zombies games. So without further ado, super excited for this one. Let's dive in and check out the XMG LMG review video today. Welcome into today's video. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I truly do appreciate that. Now today, welcome into Liberty Falls. We're going to be checking out the XMG LMG. And just with base damage, so nothing else other than spawning in the game, so just white rarity, you're looking at 79 damage on a critical shot, which isn't that high of a number, but again, it's an LMG, so you have an absolute boatload of ammunition, so you shouldn't have much problems dealing with early rounds with this. I was definitely impressed. You know, here we are, round 4. We're still just dealing out the white rarity and no other additions to the LMG to make it any stronger, and definitely handling the early rounds without much of a struggle at all. Now, I did come up into the cemetery as I needed to get the groundskeeper to spawn in so that I could pick up his key, and there he was, cooperating, which was awesome. So round 4, we were able to pick up the groundskeeper key, which was awesome. We needed that for the Easter egg so that we can build the jet gun. But overall, I was definitely impressed with the damage so far. Now, early on, for weapon testing videos, I definitely like to activate the Raining Zombies Easter egg nice and early so I can grab the green tool. I know if you wait further rounds, you can get other rarities, but this is just kind of the way I utilize it for my videos. So we got that, and then it was quickly to up the damage right away over to blue rarity as we were testing this weapon and progressing through the Easter egg. So I definitely wanted to kind of kill two birds with one stone here. So now we are at blue rarity, unpack-a-punched, and you're looking at 158 critical damage on a critical shot with this LMG. Now with 200 rounds in your magazine, that is a ton of ammunition, and you shouldn't have much problem eliminating everything. Now, we picked up the handbrake from the key we picked up from the groundskeeper in the tool shed there. So we already had one part for the jet gun, and now it was time to go pick up the water valve so that we can go over and do the step inside of the bowling alley and to hold here and turn the water valve to increase the pressure. So all you need to do is hold interact while you're here. I recommend doing using an AETHER shroud to complete this step. It definitely makes it a lot easier on solo for sure. So we got ahead and finished that. We had the water pressure gauges now for the jet gun. So there was pretty much only one part left to do, which was to craft a mangler cannon, as it was before round 10 and we hadn't had a mangler spawn in yet. So I had enough salvage to go ahead and craft a mangler cannon. It was over to blast open the door to the radio house store and check the loot piles here for the last part of the jet gun, which we got, which was the electrical wires. So it was time now to make our way over to the hotel room in spawn and craft us the jet gun. So let's go ahead and do that, as this is needed to complete the Easter egg, as you need the jet gun to get the 3 parts to craft the LTG device. So let's go ahead and get those 3 parts right now. The first one is in here in the comic shop, just above the roof. Make sure you're using the suck function and not the blast like I did there. The second one's right here, and you can just kind of suck it up through the ceiling right here. It will get kind of stuck in the ceiling, and you'll have to continue to pull it out to get it. And then it's into the church to pick up our final one. But before we did that, how does Blue Rarity handle round 8? I mean, like a hot knife through butter. Less than a magazine. Less than 1 magazine, and I was through round 8. So this LMG is definitely amazing. Time to pick up our final device part for the LTG device, which we got right there. And at this point, it was time to head off to the Alamo and craft the LTG device so that we have that step of the Easter egg done. So there we go. We have the LTG device ready to go, which is awesome. So the next thing to do was to head off to the Dark Aether in the church and pick up one of the canisters that we're going to need to grab essence from one of the elite enemies we are going to summon. So I always take this first one all the way down to spawn, and I drop it on the trap right there, and then I make my way over to the storm and activate the LTG device. But before I did any of that, I wanted to get this weapon to Pack-a-Punch. So here we are, and with the build that I have, you can see Pack-a-Punch, you have 400 rounds in your magazine, which is definitely a boatload of ammunition that you can use to deal out just an absolute ton of carnage to the zombies. Now here we are, you activate your LTG device, and you have to defend it for a minute from the zombies so that they don't destroy it. I picked up a Hellstorm from one of the elites that I killed. So I figured we'd go ahead and use that to kind of help the early stages of this defend. And there we are, finishing off the defend of the LTG device, which is going to spawn in our elite. And for me, the first one I got was an Abomination. So we just get his health down low, activate the trap, and then finish him off while he is being affected by the trap. His soul will go inside of the canister. And then you just need to pick up that canister and make your way up to the church. So you can see we're going to pick it up. Now, do be aware that when you pick up the canister, your movement is going to be slowed, which is why you see me use an Aether Shroud right here, just to get some distance between me and the zombies as I'm moving slowly. So I just wanted to make sure I had some distance between me and them. And then it's over to the church. You place that one in, and then you're going to need to pick up the device that comes out of that machine inside of the church. It is your device thing here for these. Now what you see on your device, you want to do opposite. So if you see green, it's red. If you see red, it's green. And if you see yellow, it's yellow. So this second one is yellow. The first one was green, so I put it to red. Second one was yellow, so we put it to yellow. And you make your way over to the third one, which is on the back side of the Alamo. You drop down below and you can set that one up, and this one was yellow. So we set that one to yellow. Takes a second for it to kind of confirm that those are all the right ones, and then you'll see the beams of effects make their way over to spawn. And it was time to go pick up our final device. We also picked up the LTG device from spawn. You're going to need that. And then we just kind of hang out for a minute while this thing fills up with energy or whatever and releases the canister that we're going to need to take over to the second trap area to take out our second elite. And so it's right over here, and this is where I put the canister down right there. And then for this defend, I managed to pick up a chopper gunner before I went and did this one. So I just kind of activated that and then fired up the chopper gunner to help me, you know, complete this defense. Again, as a solo player, I try and use as many different things as I possibly can to help me out when I'm doing a defend on things like this, so that we can go ahead and just complete them with relative ease. And I found the chopper gunner was definitely a good way to do this. It knocks about 30-35 seconds off of your timer, and you're able to absolutely destroy everything in the time being, obviously. So you can see I got back, there's not much time left. We were able to complete that one, which is going to spawn in our last elite that we need to take down to low health. bring him over to the Dark Aether trap and finish him in the trap when he turns purple. So if you're wondering when to do it, you'll see a purple aura around them, and that's when you know they're low enough health. But just make sure you're in the trap, and you can kind of mow them down in the trap like that. You have no problems. You'll see their soul go into the canister just like that, and that's how you know it's complete. Then you want to pick up the canister and make your way into the church. Again, your movement will be slowed, and at this point, once you drop this in the machine in church, if you interact with it a second time after that, it will take you straight into the boss fight. So just be wary of that. At this point, I wanted to continue on with the weapon testing before we went into the boss fight. So there we are. We've got that in, and we are all ready to go for the boss fight. So now here we are, round 17, blue rarity, pack 1, and we're looking at 316 critical damage on round 17, blue rarity, and only pack 1. I mean, you can see the carnage right there. I was not struggling. Finally got this weapon to max level, which was always good to see. Certainly happy about that. But I mean, round 17, blue rarity, pack 1, I was really impressed. This definitely felt nice and strong. So it was time to increase the damage output on this LMG one more time. Take that up now to Pack-a-Punch level 2. Still only blue rarity though. And I wanted to see how this was going to handle as we went up the rounds a little bit. Here we are in round 19 now. And I mean, you can see the critical damage is astronomical on this, and we were able to just handle zombies no problem. 632, 747 critical damage. Abomination with like no effort at all. Just able to shoot into him and completely destroy that Abomination. Definitely awesome. I was feeling really confident using this at this point, and now I had enough salvage to take this up to epic. So we're now epic and Pack-a-Punch level 2 on the XMG LMG, and I'm seeing 948 on a critical shot. Let's just see how viable this can be. How does it handle a Mangler in round 21? I mean, without much stress at all, you're looking at 948 critical damage. Definitely remarkable damage output for sure on this. I mean, you can see round 21, we are just standing and delivering the carnage in just one location, which is absolutely amazing. This is definitely a method that I've been using to get my critical shots in on all of my weapons. This is definitely something that's very handy. If you have something that fires quickly, this is definitely a good strat. Just stand by one of the zipline locations. Everything kind of comes through the zipline at you in one location, which makes, you know, getting crits definitely something that's a lot easier. So that's a strat that I've been using, and it's been working really well for me. But you can see that damage is remarkable at Epic Pack 2. So time to visit that handy dandy Pack-a-Punch machine and take our pack level to maximum. So we're now pack 3, but still only epic rarity. So I was kind of intrigued to see what kind of a damage output this is going to produce. Push through the rounds a bit. Here we are in round 25 in this location, which is going to be absolutely amazing for a vermin round on Liberty Falls. Don't forget, on December 5th, they are decreasing the time vermin rounds and parasite rounds take to complete, as well as decreasing mangler spam. I'm covering all of this in a later video, so stay tuned to the channel for that. And like I said, make sure you are subscribed with those bell notifications turned on, so you're not going to miss the notification when I upload that video. But I mean, this is definitely a quick way to get through a vermin round currently on Liberty Falls. Definitely one of the fastest ways. Round 25, a vermin round, you can see there is a ton of vermin, and we had no problems getting through that. And the vermin round dropped enough salvage at this point that it was time to head off and make this weapon legendary. Pack 3, and I wanted to throw on my ammo mod before we ran into the church and completed the boss fight here solo with max damage output on this XMG LMG. Now, I did try and be, you know, super smart and bring in the Aetherella doll to have for the final stage of this boss fight, and I did manage to bring the doll in here to the boss fight arena, and I had the Jet Gun with me, so things were going well. I'm going to stick through to see what happened with that. But here we are. We started the boss fight. We're on round 26. As a solo player, we're in here using the LMG, and there is something I definitely wanted to point out as we get started in the boss fight. The first wave is basically kind of survive and eliminate. That this LMG's movement speed is something I was thoroughly impressed with. Like, I was really impressed how fast I was able to maneuver around with this LMG in my hands. I mean, knowing that I have the jet gun as my other weapon, so definitely not a viable option to be running around with the jet gun out as you move incredibly slow. But I was feeling really impressed with just how fast I was able to move around with this LMG, knowing they move really slow. Not to mention the damage output on this is absolutely amazing. The augments and deadwire I have that make the lightning bolt come down is definitely something that is amazing. So I use that one, and then the other one I have is to add extra damage to your deadwire. But you can see when it triggers, it takes out just an absolute boatload of zombies for me, which is amazing. We put a decoy right there. We're able to just rip through that mangler like he didn't even exist. Truly awesome damage output on this, at maximum damage output. And you know, at this point in the boss fight, I was not feeling particularly stressed at all. I was just kind of moving around, making sure I wasn't taking too much damage, getting my shots in when I had the opportunity, not trying to force it too much, as I've done that before and it can kind of lead to a down. So just took my time. But there's the deadwire augment triggering, and you can see the damage it does is just absolutely amazing, which finishes off the first round of this kind of lockdown / boss fight on Liberty Falls. So max damage, what are we looking at here? I think I saw 2,500, 2,500 something, which is definitely some awesome damage output considering you have 400 rounds in your magazine. So you can dish out an astronomical amount of carnage in just one magazine with this LMG, 100%. Not to mention, as you can see, just how quickly you're able to move around. Definitely awesome. Now we have our named mangler here, and you can look at the damage. Like, we are just mowing down the health bar on him. I used both of my ether shrouds here to kind of just take care of him as much as I possibly could. And just look at that, 25, 28 critical damage, 2,258 critical damage. Awesome. With 400 rounds in a magazine, that is an astronomical amount of damage that you can dish out with this LMG at maximum damage output. Unbelievable. And here I am using the impact grenades, which I kind of forgot that I never bought PhD flopper, so I'm lucky I didn't take it down using those inside of this boss fight. We had our second named elite mangler in the area to finish off this fight. You can see I just didn't pay much attention, focused on just running around. When I got a chance to focus in fire on the herd or my elite, I took that opportunity and was having a really kind of stress-free dealing with the boss fight at this point. And that was wave 2 complete, which was really exciting. And at this point, I was like, all right, I got my jet gun, I got the Aetherella in here. I can tell you, I've got this round set. So, make my way over and... What? Oh, I missed one somewhere. I don't even remember where the one is that I missed. So at this point, the stress levels did rise a little bit. I know we have an abomination coming in, and I definitely was a little bit concerned because I was planning on using the Aetherella to, you know, just kind of completely make easy work of this final round and destroy everything in front of me, and now that option was gone. So the stress levels did climb a little bit here, and there was a bit of a panic. Like, there seemed to be a lot of zombies spawning in. I wasn't able to kind of find a second here to breathe at the first part to kind of, you know, get some focus fire in on the enemies. A couple times I thought I was going to take it down right there. We had our abomination spawn in. I don't know how I survived that. I honestly don't know. That I got horseshoes somewhere. I'm telling you. Holy smokes, that was lucky. So at this point, I was like, okay, I definitely need to deal with some of the crowd control if I want to be able to focus in fire on my abomination. I need to complete the abomination in order to finish the Easter egg. I'm not so, you know, don't necessarily need to deal with the crowd control to complete the Easter egg. Again, there's the deadwire augment, which is just absolutely amazing. I love that one. If you don't have a chance, go ahead and throw that augment on your deadwire. It's a lightning attack will come down from above, and that is definitely super strong. You can have it affect elites too, which is definitely amazing. It also stuns all the zombies in the area, which gives you an amazing chance to just have a couple seconds of a breather so that you can focus in fire on something. As you can see, I'm getting my shots in on the abomination right here when I have a chance. There's the dead wire going off. Use it as an opportunity to focus in fire on the Mangler Elite, which I managed to eliminate. So now the only thing I had left to deal with inside of this lockdown slash boss fight for Liberty Falls was my Abomination. And you can see right here, he is almost done. I've got a ton of damage doing into him. We're dishing out 2,989 damage on our critical shot for the Mega Abomination. So that is definitely some remarkable damage to see that we're able to do, especially inside of a boss fight dealing with an elite Abomination. So I was super confident and, you know, feeling really good that I'm definitely going to be able to finish off this boss fight here. I thought I had it right there, but he started chomping on me, and I am not a chew toy. So it was time to hustle out of there, get some plates on, and here we are. I thought I had him finished right here. I thought it was done. Then I was like, wait, that says hold to revive. So I had to get myself back up and focus in fire on our Abomination so we could finish off this boss fight now. And I'm not going to lie, I was stressing a little bit here. I had no more self-revives. We're inside here, locked in, and we've only got the Abomination left to go. So I was definitely feeling a little bit concerned at this point that I might not be able to complete the boss fight. But lo and behold, we were able to focus in fire and finish off the Abomination. So overall, my thoughts and feelings on the XMG LMG for Black Ops 6 Zombies, it is definitely going to be a viable weapon for all of us to be running inside of our games. The movement speed is remarkable for an LMG. The damage output is truly remarkable as well. As you can see, we are definitely able to complete the Liberty Falls Easter egg solo on round 26 using this LMG, and it was not much of a struggle. So definitely an awesome run today. Appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you so very much. Don't forget, when the channel reaches 7,000 subscribers, that is when I am doing a thank you giveaway of a Vault Edition of Black Ops 6 on any platform of your choice. To be entered, make sure you are subscribed, liking, and commenting on the videos for your best chances to win. Now, at the end of the videos, like I always do, I will show you the build, the camo, and the blueprint that I was running for today's video. So if you want to make any changes to the build, let's go ahead and work together as a community down below in the comment section so we all have one amazing build to run on this XMG LMG inside of our Black Ops 6 Zombies games. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. I truly do appreciate that, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.